Well, we're putting our stakes in for our tomatoes, and my son's over there beating them in the ground. I put in a few, but my bursitis in my shoulder is killing me. And when we dig a trench and lay all the roots that are in the milk carton down in the very bottom of the trench, put 8 inches or so of stem under the soil, and then tie the plant going up the stake. And see those 2 ties hanging on there? Well, you put in 45 stakes, that's 90 ties, so you'd have to get on your hands and knees and tie those on the stakes. What we do is figure out where the block is going to be, and then if we tie it on right there, they'll be facing out where the plant is. And we've done that, and this is the last 4 stakes. So this is where it goes in the ground. You can see where there was a tie before, so it's sort of easy to gauge where to put one. And we put 2 there, and if we need another one, we can do it. It just saves having to get on your hands and knees to tie those on. Well, today is Saturday, the 11th of June. It's 20 minutes to 7 on the East Coast. It's a sunny day, and it was upper 90s, and we are definitely too old to be doing this. And we've plowed all these rows again, the ones we're going to use. We're going to put cucumbers there, tomatoes on 3 rows, and we got in 45 stakes. We got in about 27 feet of fence over there, and over here we got about 30. My bride is picking up weeds. And we're going to have okra and pole lima beans and peppers. And then when we pull these onions, which will be in another 3 weeks, if they don't all go seeded, and I plowed this again to save on the weeds. And another thing, talking about going to seed on onions, this is just an add-on. I've grown onions long enough to know that these do not look like they're any way, shape, or form ready to fall over. You see how upright they are? I mean, that is waist high. You know, that's 6 inches tall. And they're very erect, and they're very hard to pull out of the ground. They've got so many roots. So they're not anywhere near falling over. So if I can get another 2 or 3 weeks out of them, they're going to be some nice sized onions. I know you're wondering about the onion, but that one right there and that one, I don't think we've grown any that big. And if I can get 2 or 3 more weeks, I might get me a couple softballs. And that's what I'm doing. A couple of people noticed, because riding down the road here, I'll back up here a little bit. When you ride down the road, look at those onions. You can see them from a half a block away. One guy stopped and came over here and wanted to know if they were Walla Wallas and when did I plant them. I said we used to use Walla Wallas, but since I switched to candy, they were the best, and we had one go to seed, and I cut the top and the roots off and gave it to him. I said, try candy and see what you think. Even their little runts are putting a little bit, they've grown a little bit. And another thing with onions, the last 30 days they put on a lot of growth, and they need a lot of water. You know, if you have a drought your last month on your onions and you don't water, you're not going to get anything. You've got to water them heavy. Now, I watered them last night heavy, and you can still see it's damp. And then tomorrow we will water them again. But you got to water them like every 2 or 3 days, no less than that if it's dry, because they don't have any moisture to make big onions. And now is the time they need the moisture. My bride is picking up weeds. Planting tomatoes. It's 12th of June on a Sunday, 10:30 in the morning. Got a little sunshine getting over there. We need to get this done. And I dig trenches away from the pole. I put my roots, and since we didn't have much sunshine, I don't have a lot of roots. Normally in these milk cartons it is full of roots, but there are roots in there, and then that much stem will root itself, and then you water this in good, because they are a little bit dry as I pull them out, so they won't fall apart. Because if they were wet inside the milk cartons, when you pulled them out, all the soil would fall off. But if it's dry, it'll stay still. And then you just simply cover it over. Try not to put too much of this weed seed back in there. And then we will cover this with compost and grass clippings, and we won't step on this area, but after the grass clippings and compost get up here and get solid, you can walk down this row and step on us and won't hurt it. All we have to do is 44 more of them.